Today we are at Slovenian Embassy to have interview with the Honorable Ambassador Marta Kos Marko. Thank you for having us here. Your Excellency, you started career as a journalist. You were first correspondent for the national television in Germany, former vice president at the Slovenian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and you worked as a management trainer. In May 2013, you were appointed as ambassador of the Republic of Slovenia to Germany. For what reasons did you decide to become a diplomat?
It's quite interesting past, I would say, what you have mentioned now, but it was really a coincidence that I have become the ambassador. At that time, Slovenia wasn't having the ambassador in Germany for nearly 2 years. So I was asked by the Prime Minister at that time, Mrs. Alenka Bratušek. She knew that I was dealing with Germany all the years since being a foreign correspondent in Bonn at that time. So it wasn't so easy, the decision to go to work in the diplomacy, because at that time I worked in my own company, but it is a huge challenge. I have never dreamt about it, to become a diplomat or to become the ambassador, and especially to become the ambassador in Germany. So it was a circle of coincidences. Somebody could also say a good luck, and probably a lot of experiences I have had at that time with working with Germany.
Germany is Slovenia's most important trading partner. Nearly a third of Slovenia's total trade is with them. And how important do you think the role of being the Slovenian ambassador to Germany is?
Oh, it's very, very important, since we are a small country with only 2 million population and 20,000 square kilometers. But even at the same time being a strong economic partner to Germany. As you have mentioned, the numbers are good, but in total, Germany is doing businesses with more than 200 countries, and according to the amount of the money made in the exchange of goods, meaning exports and imports, we are on the rank 38, meaning that from all the countries Germany is making businesses with, we are on the position 38, which is really a good position. So you can imagine that there is plenty to do on the economic field of work, at the public diplomacy, cultural diplomacy, political of course. And since we are facing also a crisis, in the latest time crisis with the refugees, and before the financial crisis, there is so much to do here in Berlin for every ambassador. And being an ambassador of a small country, I'm at the same time non-residential ambassador also to Latvia, meaning that I am covering then Latvia from here in Berlin. So you can imagine it's never boring.
Yeah, exactly. And how would you define cultural diplomacy, and what does it mean to you?
For me, the cultural diplomacy is a kind of soft power we use actually in the bilateral relations, or multilateral, but in my case, bilateral relations with Germany. It can be almost everything. It's the way, for instance, I do the presentations about Slovenia here in different institutions, not only towards the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or Bundeskanzleramt. It is the cultural events we are organizing. It is the exchange of students we are having. It is the cooperation or the agreement between the scientific organizations or universities. And under the line, it is, let's say, culinary evening we are organizing in Berlin or in Stuttgart for the local community, with the goal to let them know and taste what is going on in the Slovenian culinary. So I think that cultural diplomacy is really a broad area of actions we can do to promote our country in Germany in a very good way.
Yeah, exactly. And how can we use cultural diplomacy to strengthen the relations between Slovenia and Germany?
I was always asked, what is actually the connection between Slovenia and Germany, and I always love to stress at the beginning that the oldest written document found with the Slovenian writings was found in Freising in Germany. And then it is now in the bibliothèque in the library of Munich, so in the National Library, meaning that the connection have started centuries back. But on the other hand, also our mentality is in one part, certainly has to do with the German one. So let's say the number of translations in all the languages, if we consider this, the German language is on the first position. And somehow it is the area of the Middle Europe which connects us a lot. Meaning, let's say, 60% of the Slovenian population are able to communicate in German language. It's really a huge, huge percentage. Even my parents, they are born in 1931 and 2, they had to go during the Nazi time, they had to go to the German school, but today they are happy because of this school they are speaking German nowadays. I was growing up near the Austrian border, so it was quite normally for us in this area that we learn German language too. And this is one of the advantages we have. With only 2 million Slovenian population in the world, we have to know the languages. And of course, I think that on the other hand, Germany is open for everything what is coming abroad, and they want to learn something new, to meet some new cultures from the countries they do not know so well. So in my opinion, we really have plenty to do and plenty to offer.
Okay, perfect. And considering that you previously worked in journalism, what is your opinion on the relationship between cultural diplomacy and propaganda? Do you think they have any commonalities or differences?
Now, first we could discuss about the expressions we use, propaganda and so much, but if the goal of the cultural diplomacy is to promote, let's say, Slovenian culture towards Germany, it could also be a kind of propaganda in the positive sense of the word. So it is more about the exchange. But of course, if I speak, let's say, very good about my country, what I do in my presentation, do I make propaganda for my country, or marketing, or public relations? So anyhow, I do all this. But under the line, I think that this is a task of every ambassador, of every diplomat, to promote the country we are coming from. And for the time being, there is so much to do here in Berlin. I'm very happy that our government took the decision a month back that we will open the new Slovene Cultural Center here in Berlin. We only have one till now in Vienna, and the second one will be here in Berlin. So we will have a lot more of the opportunities to promote not only Slovenian culture, Slovenian language, but Slovenia as a whole.
Okay, and for the end, what advice would you give to young people who are thinking about entering into the diplomatic field?
It's one of the best, let's say, work you can have in the world. It's very interesting, but you have to love it. Okay. If you do not love to go around, if you are not passionate about networking and mingling, if you do not like to be present, let's say, also in the social networks, if you do not like to jump from one subject or theme to the another, then this is not the work for you. But if you love everything what I have named, then it is really a great work to do, not only in the bilateral relations, being now, let's say, ambassador to Berlin, I have the possibility and the privilege to meet all the other 182 ambassadors from all around the world. So this is one of the advantages too. And working as a diplomat in Germany, it is really a privilege and a great opportunity, since the role of Germany in the world politics is changing in the latest year so much. So back to your question, to every or to people from young generation, just go for it. If you feel that you have a kind of spirit and the passion for this, just go for it.
Yeah. Perfect. Would you like to add something at the end?
I think that we have covered this quite well. Perhaps one thing that I have said before, that I am coming from a small country, but not even once in Berlin I have felt bad, because I do come from a smaller country. Germany has 41 times more inhabitants than Slovenia. Germany is nearly 18 times bigger than Slovenia, but not even once I got a feeling that I was treated differently or bad because I am coming from a small country. So this is one point, and the other point is Berlin is really something special. Since I have lived in Cologne for nearly 8 years, at the beginning of the 90s, you know, the Germans have changed so much. And we say that Cologne is not typical German, but Berlin is not at all typical German. Not only because many people from abroad, foreigners, do live here, but also because of the spirit. You know, I feel so much here in Berlin that everything is possible. If you like to have diversity in the culture, just go for it. If you want to have a diversity in culinary, just go for it. If you want to meet different people, just go to it. If you want to mingle, it's okay. If you do not want to mingle, it's okay. So in Berlin, everything is possible, and I like it a lot.
Well, thank you for your time, and thank you for having us here.
It was a pleasure. Wishing you all the best with your work.
Okay, thank you.